Hello. Hi. Ayan. Okay, now we can start. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this Friday Study in Canada webinar with Fanshawe College and Niagara College. This webinar is hosted by Kanata Educational Consultancy Services. My name is Van. I'm one of the education counselors here in Kanata, and in behalf of our team, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for attending this webinar and for choosing to spend your Friday night with us. We'd also like to thank the presence of our school representatives. So we have Miss Ina Dizon for Fanshawe College, and we have Miss Divine Lacuna for Niagara College. There. Okay, so just to give you a very quick overview of what's gonna happen during tonight's webinar. We'll start with a school presentation. So we'll start with Fanshawe College, to be followed by Niagara College. After the presentation of schools, we'll proceed to the presentation of Kanata by Sir Francis. And he will discuss about the services offered by the company. And then afterwards, we'll have a question and answer portion, like an open forum. Okay, you're probably wondering where we are going to get the questions. We'll get it from the chat box here on Zoom and on YouTube also, because we're live on YouTube. So we encourage each and every one of you, to type down your questions even while the presentations are ongoing. And just to give you a heads up now, the questions that we're gonna get will be filtered, so filtered. So we're gonna handpick questions that are beneficial for the majority. So if ever you have questions that are very specific, or let's say very personal questions, we encourage you to book a schedule with us. Book a schedule for consultation with us here in Kanata, because consultation is free. Okay, so we'll be posting the link the chat box later, so that if you have very specific questions that we cannot address during the webinar or during the open forum later, pwede naman siya i-address during the consultation. Okay, so yeah, I don't think papatagalan ko pa to. So probably we can start now with our presentations. We'll start with Ina. We'll start when you're ready.
Hi. Hello,
Thank
can
you.
you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Hi, Van, Francis, Divine, and also Gabby is here. And also for those of you who are joining here on Zoom and also on YouTube, hi everyone, good day. So my name is Ina, and I'm the representative of Fanshawe College. So let me just share my screen. And in my presentation, I'd like to introduce to you our college, the programs that we offer, our campuses, and also the student services that awaits you should you wish to study in Fanshawe College in Canada. So let me start by introducing you Fanshawe College and where are we located. So we are located in the province of Ontario. Some of you might have families or friends who are living in Ontario. So in Ontario, we are specifically in London City. So London City is actually 2 hours away from Toronto Airport, which is the main entry point of our students. Yes, it's quite far. It's a 2 hour drive, but don't worry because later on I'll be sharing with you the arrival service that we provide to students. In terms of our student population, we have 21,000 full-time students and 8,500 of those are international, representing 120 different countries. So true to Canada's nature, Fanshawe College is really a very diverse community once that you are there. And in terms of the Filipinos going to Fanshawe College, since 2020, even during the height of the pandemic, we're actually the top two country or market among the international student population of Fanshawe. So if you are that specific Filipino na gustong merong kakilalang kababayan or fellow Filipino in a new community that he or she is going into in Canada, do not fret because you will meet a lot of Filipinos probably in the same section as you, in the same program. Inside the campus, you will meet a lot. You will see a lot of Filipinos giggling and talking in Tagalog or in Bisaya. And also outside the campus within London City, we have a very big Filipino community already. And we are very much surprised to say that even if they finish their program, Filipino students actually stay in London because they have a really affordable accommodation in London City, and likewise, they have job opportunities there as well. And in terms of how we deliver our programs, so right now, I think since 2021, we are delivering face-to-face classes. So no more online classes in Fanshawe College. So you have to get your study permit and go to Canada to start your studies. And in terms of how we deliver our programs, we do practice experiential learning. It's quite different from what we are accustomed to here in the Philippines, wherein we are just sitting like all day in your classroom talking to or listening to your teacher. You have a lot of assignments and you have a lot of very hard tests or exams in your degree. So in Canada, specifically in Fanshawe, we still have lectures for you because you still have to know the theory, especially in the context of Canada and North America for majority of the fields and programs that we offer. You still have exams, and you might also have homeworks and group works and research with your colleagues and on your own. But majority of your time and your program will be focused on hands-on learning. Wherein in terms of hands-on learning, we try to provide flexibility and opportunities for you for either co-op or cooperative education or placement opportunities within your program. So right now, the 200 plus programs that we offer to international students, 70 of them are actually with co-op. And many programs would have placement. So if you are familiar with co-op and placement, that's good for you. But just for the sake of the others who are not familiar with co-op and placement, so placement in Fanshawe College's programs would be shorter in terms of duration. So for example, I'm a student in gerontology program, which is a 1 year program in Fanshawe. In my second semester, I will be spending specific number of hours in a nursing home or in a hospital or in a clinic, and um, um, that will be part of my curriculum. And I have to finish that specific number of hours to be able to graduate from that program. So basically, placements are mixed with your academic classes. Also, for placements, it's not usually paid, but it will be the discretion of the company that you're in, or specifically your employer, if they will give you allowances or incentives, such as students in culinary hospitality programs. You will have externships in your program, and in these types of industries, they will usually provide allowances for you or incentives, even if it's really not a paid placement. Co-op or cooperative education, on the other hand, is longer in terms of duration. So for Fanshawe, the minimum is 4 months, the maximum is 8 months. And for co-op, it's usually done in between your second and third semester or towards the latter portion of your program. And in co-op, you don't really have what's it called this? You don't have It's not coinciding with any of your academic classes. So the full co-op semester or term that you will be having in your program, you will just focus on that one. So it's like you working on a full-time job in one employer. So those are co-op and sorry, for co-op as well, it's paid. Majority of our co-op opportunities are paid. So in terms of your pay, you can earn slightly higher than minimum wage. So the minimum wage in the province of Ontario is 15 CAD per hour. So slightly higher, or if you're lucky, you can actually get the entry level salary of the company if you're going to spend your co-op program co-op term in that specific employer. So those are co-op and placements, and they are very much present in many of our programs. Some of you might ask, what if the program that I'm looking into sa Fanshawe College doesn't have co-op and placement? And yun din yung program recommendation sa akin ng Kanata. So the answer is that you will still have experiential learning opportunities aside from co-op and placement. So probably you are into a program in arts, design, and media. So these programs in Fanshawe that we offer to international students, usually wala silang co-op and placement. But it's very important for your line of expertise or your field to have a portfolio. And this portfolio, you will actually develop it within your program. So within your programs, while you're studying, will help you create your portfolio, and you will use that when you look for jobs after graduation. And aside from portfolio development, you will also have capstone projects, and these issues and problems that you will be pitching into and creating your capstone project are actually real life problems of our industry partners and our network. We also have like mentorship with you in your program, and for the mentors, we have a good network of industry partners in London and within the province of Ontario. And apart from that one, from the mentors from the industry, your mentors can also be your professors, because our professors, regardless if they are part-time or full-time professors in Fanshawe, they are also industry practitioners. So technically, at the end of the day, we want you to be exposed in terms of the hands-on learning in that specific industry or field that you want to study in Fanshawe, because we want you to be job ready by the time you finish your program with us. So now let's talk about our campuses. So like I said, we are located in London City. So London is one of the biggest cities in, one of the medium-sized cities in the province of Ontario. And within London, we have several campuses. So our main campus, which is located in Oxford Street, right over here, it's our largest campus, and it basically offers majority of the programs. Also, all of the facilities that you have access to as an international student, you can find this in the main campus. If you are into motive power program, automotive sales and automotive management, we have the Center of Applied Transportation Technology, or the Z building, and it's right beside the main campus. It's like a 5-minute walk from here. So we have a specific campus for that one. If you are into aviation and any aeronautic program, we have the aviation center. So this is solely for students who are focused on aviation field. And the good thing about this aviation center is it's that it's right beside London International Airport. So later on, you will be Kanata will be informing you about you being able to work while you're studying. So if you are taking a program in aviation center, you can get your part-time job like a 10 to 5 minute walk away from your campus. If you are into any digital, performing arts, and culinary and tourism program, we have the downtown campus. So it's like a 10 to 15-minute bus ride from the main campus. So we have two buildings here. We have the School of Digital and Performing Arts, and then the School of Culinary, Tourism, and Hospitality, where we have a lot of Filipino students. And then after that one, we have the South Campus as well. So in the South Campus, it's quite far, like 20-minute bus ride from the main campus. And it's basically smaller compared to the other campuses because it's only for international students studying grad cert programs in business, and just a few business programs over here. Outside London City, we have regional campuses. So we have St. Thomas, Woodstock, Simcoe, and we also have our Toronto campus in partnership with Highland. So in our regional campuses, in our Toronto campus, we have very few international students here. We also have a few programs offered here as well. So if you are trying to figure out which city or which campus of Fanshawe College you want to go to, so the first choice would definitely be London, because we have the International Center here. We have a lot of Filipino students and international students who can help you adjust in your new life in Canada. If you have relatives who can help you in terms of accommodation, transportation, in regional campuses, especially in Toronto, because living in Toronto is very expensive. So if you have relatives who can help you with that one, and the program that you want to study is offered there, so you can also choose that campus. But generally, also with Kanata, the first option or recommendation would definitely be London, because in London we have a lot of programs offered for international students. So in terms of the programs that we offer, so we try to provide a variety of programs to offer international students, especially Filipinos. So usually based on the application that we are receiving, majority of the programs that Filipinos would like to study in Canada are offered in Fanshawe. I'd just like to give
basically a landscape of education in Canada. I saw one of the questions about MBA. So in Canada, when you're looking for a master's or a PhD, you have to explore universities because they are the only ones who can offer these types of programs. For colleges like Fanshawe College and Niagara College, the highest credential that we can offer you is a grad certificate program. But these programs, they are very much skills focused because of course we want you to get employable. We want you to be employable when you look for jobs after graduation. So in terms of the programs that we offer, so again, we have a lot of programs, and based on the Philippine applications that we are receiving, majority of them are choosing a program based on their work experience or their previous education, so that it's also easier for them to, let's say, explain it during their visa application. So in the Philippines, we have a lot of students studying business programs. So all of the fields in business, supply chain, marketing, operations, project management, business analysis, and whatnot. Community studies and education. So if you want to be a teacher in Canada or a social service worker, and autism and addictions and mental health as well. We also have a lot of students in construction, culinary arts, health sciences, IT, nursing, science and engineering, and also tourism, hospitality, and recreation. And apart from those, we have an increased number of students studying aviation, design and arts, and also transportation and office administration. Aside from the programs that we offer, so we also provide you different credentials that you can finish in Fanshawe. So we have 4-year degree programs. If you are in K-12 and you want to study a degree in Canada, we also have 1-year post-secondary certificate, 2-year diploma, 3-year advanced diploma. And if you already have a degree and you just want to do skills upgrading in Canada, we have graduate certificate programs for you, ranging from 1 year to 2 years. So again, this is a lot to handle, but I would definitely recommend you to book a consultation with Kanata Education so that they can take a look at your credentials and offer you a program recommendation. And also, just to share with everyone, for those of you who are looking in who are from the old curriculum, 4th year high school or technically grade 10 using the new curriculum, if you don't have any, what's it called this? Even if you don't have any degree in college or at least 72 units in college, you can still be accepted in Fanshawe College. We just need you to take a 1-year general arts and science before you can continue to any post-secondary certificate. Also, lastly, all of the programs that we are offering to international students are eligible for post-graduation work permit. So if you study like a 1-year program, you may be eligible to up to a 1-year PGWP. And if you study at least a 2-year program, you may be eligible to up to 3-year post-graduation work permit. So I believe this will be discussed by Francis later on about the PGWP. Okay, so now let's talk about the student services that we offer you. So just to give you a good news, we're actually ranked the number 1 school in terms of student services, like pre-arrival services. So we're very proud of that one. And as a Filipino student coming into Fanshawe College, even before you go to Canada, you can enjoy our flight promo with the Philippine Airlines. So we've been running this since 2020. If you are a Fanshawe student, you have a visa approval already, and you want to book a ticket, you can just email Philippine Airlines or go to their ticketing office. Tell them that you are a Fanshawe student with your letter of acceptance, and you can get a discounted direct flight to Canada. And you can also extend that to a maximum of 2 dependents. So if you're traveling with your spouse and also with your kid, they can get a discounted direct flight to Canada as well, same as you. And also upon arrival, like I said, London is 2 hours away from Toronto Airport. So if you don't have relatives or friends who can pick you up from the airport and you're traveling and arriving in Canada like midnight, we have a Fanshawe Cares Arrival Service program for you. So this is free for all of our international students, 30 days prior to the start of intake. So if you have your ticket, you have your visa, you just have to let us know. We will book a transportation for you with all of your luggages, even your pet. Um, and we'll bring you from Toronto Airport to your accommodation in London or any regional campuses. And if you don't have an accommodation yet, you can actually stay in our partner hotels in London downtown, and you can get a discount if you are a Fanshawe student. When you are in Canada, when you are in Fanshawe College, you need if you need assistance, you can go to the International Center. So I'm part of the International Center, specifically in the recruitment team. That we have in the International Center, our colleagues that can help you with any program, admission, and student immigration related concerns. For any academic assistance, we have the Learning Center, so please do not hesitate to reach out for help, especially if you think that you're not really doing well with your studies. And you can also talk to your academic advisor and also your program coordinator, just so you can get back on track. Because definitely, we don't want you to fail your program or your subject because you have to retake it again, and that will also delay your graduation in Fanshawe. And lastly, again, we want you to be job ready by the time you finish your program in Fanshawe. So we have our Career and Employment Service Center. So it's your one-stop access to everything that you need to know about job readiness and employment in Canada. So please do participate in our career fairs, any workshops or activities that we are holding for internet for students at Fanshawe. If we need help about interviews, about checking if this specific job is legit or not, creating your CV, updating or creating your LinkedIn account and whatsoever, so we can help you with that one. And in terms of tuition fee and living expenses, so this is very important. So for Fanshawe College, our program tuition and fees for 1 year, which is equivalent to 2 semesters, can range from 16 to 18,000 Canadian dollars. So upon issuance of the letter of acceptance through Kanata Education, you have to pay an initial deposit amounting to 2,300 Canadian dollars. So 2,300 Canadian dollars, that's your deposit, and it will be your reservation in your program. And it has to be paid within 30 days upon issuance of LOA. After that one, the balance of your first semester tuition fee, you have to pay that one 2 to 3 months before the start of class. So that is a requirement for our students. The rest of the semester tuition fee, it will be paid in Canada. Also, for your program tuition and fees, your bus pass is included, especially if you are a full-time London student. So this bus pass, actually your ID in Fanshawe, you will use it, you will tap it every time you ride the bus. So it's free of charge if you are a full-time London student, Fanshawe London student, um, anywhere in London, 24/7, even on holidays and weekends. And it's not just limited to the bus routes going to the campus. Anywhere in London, if you're going to the campus, you're going to your part-time job, if you will pick up your kid in school or daycare, you will go to the downtown area to have some fun. It's free of charge, so that will actually save you a lot of money in terms of living expenses. And lastly, for all of your international students, your medical insurance is already part of your tuition fee. So you don't have to worry about that one. It's very comprehensive. Hospitalizations, consultations, even dental and vision, it's part of your insurance. For books and other expenses, it's not part of your tuition fee, but it ranges from 500 to 2,000 Canadian dollars. So it really depends on your program. If you are a culinary student, most likely you will not purchase books, but you will have to purchase a uniform that you will use in the kitchen. Uh, Lastly, for accommodation, specifically off-campus housing, which is very popular among international students, it ranges from 10,000 to 14,000 Canadian dollars. And if you're a single student, it can range from about 400 to 800 Canadian dollars per month, and that is inclusive of rent, utilities, and Wi-Fi. Just to share with you, one of the top reasons why many Filipino students are choosing Fanshawe is because of London. London City offers a very affordable accommodation, especially if you are a newcomer in Canada versus other cities in Greater Toronto area. So we're happy to say that Fanshawe College has been one of the top schools na pinupuntahan ng mga Filipino students in Canada since 2019. And we are the only school outside Greater Toronto area And I hope you will consider that one as well when you're choosing your school in Canada. In terms of studying at Fanshawe, if by this time somehow convinced to study with us, we have three main intakes. So we have fall, winter, and summer. Right now, we have few programs offered still in fall 2023. All of our 2024 intake programs are still open, except for a few in winter 2024 and until winter 2025. So um, open po kami until 2025. We really don't have any application deadline as long as the program is open, which Kanata knows which programs are open and closed. Um, we can issue your letter of acceptance as long as you have the complete documents. And in terms of documents, these are the minimum requirements that we need from you. So if you're applying for a post-secondary program, you have to submit both high school and college TORs and diploma. If you're going to apply for a grad cert program, since for grad cert, the minimum requirement is a degree, you have to submit only your college TOR and diploma. So if by this time you think and you can confirm that your previous schools in the Philippines are kind of delayed in terms of issuance of documents such as these, please request it now because not just for us, but other schools as well, and also for the visa application, you will be needing these documents. So if you're really keen to study in Canada, please do request these documents now. And for Fanshawe College, we are not requiring IELTS. Any English test such as TOEFL, PTE, Duolingo, and yung Certificate of Medium of Instruction for Filipino students during your application. So hindi po kailangan ng IELTS or MOI, except for these two programs. For pharmacy technician and occupational therapy, these are the only two programs in Fanshawe that are requiring IELTS academic for Filipino students. So actually not only Filipinos, all international and domestic students, they are required to submit IELTS academic for these two programs. Other health sciences program like community pharmacy assistant, palliative care, regulatory affairs, healthcare admin, office admin, um, and also fitness and health promotion, they are not requiring IELTS. So please do not submit any IELTS for that one. And also in terms of our application, Kanata has been one of our top schools that are recruiting Filipino students to Fanshawe. So they have an application fee waiver. So if you will apply to Fanshawe College through Kanata Education, you don't have to pay the 100 CAD application fee. And if you have the complete documents upon submission of the documents to us, we can issue your letter of acceptance as fast as 4 business days. So if by this time you are considering Fanshawe College, thank you so much. And I believe later on they will be sharing their contact number, wherein you can book an appointment with Kanata so that they can help you um, uh, find the right program and assist you further in terms of your school and visa application. So that's the end of my presentation. If you want to know more about us, feel free to check out our website and also our social media pages. And if you have questions, I'll be staying later on to answer them during the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Ina, for a very detailed presentation. So just for a recap, though, Fanshawe College is in London, Ontario. They do have a campus also in Toronto. And if you apply in Fanshawe College through Kanata, the application fee is waived. IELTS is also waived in Fanshawe. So later, if you have questions for Miss Ina, she'll be staying so that she can attend to your queries later for the question and answer part or the open forum. So now you can proceed to Niagara College. We have Miss Divine Lacuna. Hi, Divine. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Kamusta? Hi.
Kamusta?
Yes. And so, hi again. Ayan. So, I'll just share my screen. And good evening, everyone. Again, I'm Divine Lacuna. I'm the Global Business Development Senior Officer of Niagara College, Canada. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so ayan. So right now you would probably see on your screen, ayan. If you're not familiar with the falls, so that's Niagara Falls. So Niagara Falls is the #1 tourist destination in Canada. So ito yung landmark ninyo when you're going to Niagara College. First, saan ba kami located? So we are located in the province of Ontario, katulad ni Fanshawe. So sa province of Ontario, if you're not a little bit familiar, dito makikita ang capital ng Canada, which is Ottawa, and yung sikat na city ng Toronto. If you go further, nasa southern part kami ng Ontario. The exact location of Niagara region is 1 hour 30 minutes away from downtown Toronto and just few minutes away from Buffalo, New York border. So Niagara region is nasa border siya ng US and Canada, specifically Buffalo, New York. When you come to Niagara region, ito yung mga specific na mga sectors na meron sa Niagara. This one is also yung mga possible ninyong pag-aralan sa Niagara College. So we have manufacturing, business, agriculture, hospitality and tourism, and business. Slide na mag-tour tayo, ayan, sa Niagara region. So first is Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is yung pride ng Canada and Niagara region. So pwede kayo dito pumunta everyday kung gusto nyo mag-unwind and mag-picture lang. Next is rich din ang culture ng Niagara region because we house Niagara-on-the-Lake. Niagara-on-the-Lake is the first capital of Upper Canada, which also houses wineries and breweries sa area. Another famous na lugar na pwede ninyong puntahan sa Niagara is St. Catharines. This is Niagara's biggest city. So you're wondering now, ano nga ba ang meron sa Niagara? So living in Niagara is the best of both worlds. So hindi kami city, hindi rin kami province to province. So parang suburban area siya. It's also low cost of living, helping newcomers kagaya ninyo if you're going to Niagara in Canada, and also helping with the work or employment because of the area. Here are some of the companies that you would find at Niagara region. You would notice yung mga familiar na mga brands, ayan, or companies through their logos na makikita ninyo sa Niagara region. So merong Mitsubishi, GE, Convergys, Sheraton, Canada Border Service Agency. Okay, that's a bit of about Niagara region. So about Niagara College, so we're a public institution. We do offer more than 100 programs for international students. And 75% of those programs are with work integrated or parang OJT natin. Since we're also college, we're more on skills and hands-on training. That's why we maintain small classroom sizes, around 15 to 20 per class sa laboratory. We also have career service that would help you out with your OJT or yung parang co-op ninyo habang nag-aaral kayo. And after you graduate, so may mga career center and employment support. At Niagara region, we do have, yeah. So first is in Niagara region, we do have 2 campuses. Isa sa Welland, isa sa Niagara-on-the-Lake. It's just 10 to 20 minutes away from each other. It depends on your program kung saan kayo ma-assign. So we also have partner delivery locations. So we have one in downtown Toronto and one in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. You're wondering ano ba yung mga programs. So depende kasi sa programs na meron kayo, yung inyong campus. So sa Welland campus, nandito yung Allied Health and Nursing. Allied Health, if your background sa Philippines is pharmacy, OT, PT, MedTech, ayan. Yan yung mga possible pharmacy dito sa Philippines. Then if you are media and communications, ayan. So meron kaming public relations, social media management, broadcasting. Then engineering, so iba't ibang klase ng engineering. Civil engineering, mechanical engineering, automotive, photonics, renewable energies, IT or mga computer related, trades or mga skills, mga carpentry, welding, Education, so early childhood, education assistance, um, recreation therapy, ayan, kasama na rin yun sa fitness, mga exercise science, and policing. So because Niagara College is located sa border ng US and Canada, that's why we also have policing programs. So sa Daniel J. Patterson campus naman, which is mas malapit sa Niagara-on-the-Lake, this houses our business, culinary, hospitality, tourism, agriculture, or we call it environmental. Then may unique programs kami in winery, brewery, and distillery. Now, we do have different kinds of credentials. Usually, Filipinos would apply for a 1-year postgraduate certificate, a 1-year undergraduate certificate, or a 2-year diploma. Currently, you may apply for our September intake. So, mayroon pa tayong open na few programs for September intake and January 2024. So, ito yung dalawang intakes na pwede niyong pasukan. Another intake that could you apply or if hindi pa kayo ready is our May intake or the spring. When you come to Niagara College, we do have different models to help you as a student or yung pagkakaroon ninyo ng adjustment pagdating sa Canada. So you could join student competitions, you could join research, you could join also our study work travel abroad, or your program could have co-op internship and field placement. So parang ito yung OJT natin dito sa Philippines. It depends sa program ninyo kung ano yung meron or assigned sa inyo. Is it a co-op, internship, or field placement? Another unique na makikita ninyo sa Niagara College is our learning enterprise. So since malapit kami sa Niagara Falls, which is a tourist destination, nagiging tourist destination din si Niagara College. So we do have 8 major businesses. So these businesses, we help the students. These are their laboratories. So kung mag-a-apply kayo sa isa sa mga programs namin, this would be your laboratory. We help also students to have work on campus. So yung mga ibang students, they apply to have work on campus. You could work on campus in this one of these businesses. And pangatlo is yung interaction with the tourist or locals. So hindi lang siya simulation, but this is really a real life experience na while you're a student. What are the student services na meron si Niagara College? So we have medical insurance. So kailangan yan. So health is wealth. Kaya merong medical insurance. You also have support from our academic advisor, peer tutors, or mga kapwa ninyo mga student. And we have also licensed immigration consultant to help you out while you're studying. Earlier, I mentioned that we have a career center and employment support. So our career center and employment support help the student while they're studying dun sa mga co-op, internship, and field placement. Bago kayo graduate, may mga career center tayo. Then after graduate, kung kailangan nyo pa ng help, they could still help you out dun sa mga job posting and also mga resume building. Then next is housing and accommodation. So isa ito sa mga frequently asked questions ng mga students about sa housing and accommodation. So we do have our own housing department. You could ask assistance from our housing department, or I could connect you with the Filipino community. So Niagara region have a strong Filipino community that they help each other, and also they going to reach out and also help you to connect sa mga Filipinos din na nagpaparent ng kanilang mga houses. Another one that's unique is about athletics and recreational activities. So athletics, we have gym facilities on campus. So free yon sa mga students. So is to stay you fit and healthy habang nag-aaral kayo. Recreation activities like kunyari mga karaoke nights, bingo nights. So para magkaroon kayo ng mga interaction sa mga kaklasmate ninyo. Now for accommodation, so ayan. Magkano nga ba yung accommodation for a single person going to Niagara? Ang average na budget na pwede nyong i-budget is around 500 to 600 per month, including yung utilities and yung Wi-Fi. Tapos solo kayo sa room kasi meron sa Canada na law na yung room is dapat hanggang 2 lang. So depende sa laki na nung room. So if you're going with a partner, you could range around 600 to 900. And if you're going with a family, it's around 1,000 to 2,000. So this is really lower than a city. Then next is may another program kami. It's called Homestay. Homestay is staying with a Canadian family. It would cost you 850 per month, including yung utilities, Wi-Fi, and may 3 meals per day. So yun yung kaibahan. If you're going to live on your own, yung utilities lang and Wi-Fi yung kasama. But if you're going to stay in a homestay, yun nga with the Canadian family, may kasama siyang food. If you're decided now to go to Niagara College, we're going to request you two documents. It's your college transcript and diploma and certificate of English as a medium of instruction. So there's no longer English requirement. We're just going to request a certificate of English from your school. Now, if you're a high school graduate or an undergraduate ng college, regardless, you may apply directly to our post-secondary program. So wala na tayong mga pre or preparatory programs for you. So you may directly apply for our post-secondary programs. We don't have any also tuition fee deposit for you to get the letter of acceptance, and you may apply for 2 programs at the same time. So para siyang choice A and choice B ninyo. And study visa will be assisted by Kanata. Now, for the estimate of tuition fee, so it includes already your medical insurance and miscellaneous. It would be around 15 to 19,000 Canadian dollars, depending on your program. You may pay 1 term or 1 year, and yun nga, you'll just go into the deadline for tuition fee is 4 months before your intake. So if you're eyeing for September intake, you will pay your tuition fee this June. If you're eyeing for your January intake, sa September pa ang bayaran. Okay, another thing, ayan, maganda rin, is you could apply for our scholarship. So our scholarship is 2,000 Canadian dollars for your first year. It's 1,000 per semester, and you just need to connect with Kanata that you'll be applying for Niagara College. So you will you may apply for you may accomplish the form for your application. Another unique is, ayan, while you're a student, you could work 20 hours off campus. Ayan. So it is given by the Canadian government. And on top of the 20 hours per week, you could work 12 hours on campus. So dahil kanina pinakita ko yung iba't possible na ma-work on campus. After you graduate, you are eligible for the PGWP or the post-graduation work permit. Okay. So if you want to connect or to see the life of our Filipino students, you may follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Divine. So Divine will be here also. She's gonna join us for our open forum or Q&A portion. So now we'll proceed to Kanata's presentation with Sir Francis.
Okay, thank you, Van, and good evening, everyone, and also Divine and Ina. So let me just share my screen. Okay, and again, welcome to Kanata's free webinar about study in Canada with Fanshawe College and Niagara College. I am Francis. I'm one of the education counselors of Kanata Education. And tonight, we will discuss who we are, our services, and we will also talk about Canada, what is the process of the application, and what are the opportunities that are waiting for you when you enrolled and become an international student in Canada. So Kanata Educational Consultancy Services is one of the leading agencies here in the Philippines that assists Filipinos who wants to go to Canada as an international student. So we have over 5 years of experience in visa processing and student visa applications. And we have direct partnerships with our partner schools in Canada, just like Fanshawe College and Niagara College. So if you're planning to, enrolled in like Australia or the US, unfortunately, Kanata only offers assistance who wants to study in Canada. So our mission is to help students to achieve their dream by providing our services at no extra cost. So later I will discuss yung pagkakaroon namin ng no extra cost when you apply through us to your chosen school in Canada. So our services includes assessment. So we provide free assessment to students prior to their application. We also represent you on your application to your school, meaning we are the one who will submit your documents sa chosen school nyo, just like your passport, your high school credentials, and your college credentials. So for documentation, we provide comprehensive list of requirements and guidelines for you to apply for a student visa or student permit. So don't worry, wag kayo mag-alala when it comes to requirements and also yung pag-create ng study plan. So I know medyo marami sa atin yung nag-worry, how will I create my statement of purpose or study plan? Kanata will be here to help you. And also, we assist you dun sa visa application process. So, kasama sa assistance ni Kanata is yung pag-lodge ng application nyo sa IRCC. Okay, so Canada is the second largest country by land. Meron tong four regions and 10 provinces. So, one is the Western Canada, Atlantic Canada, Northern Canada, and Central Canada, which is nandun yung province of Ontario, and nandun din yung Fanshawe College and Niagara College. So bakit nga ba maraming mga international students, not only Filipinos but also other nationalities na gustong mag-aral in Canada? So number one, if you study in Canada, you will have an international accreditation, meaning anywhere you go after you graduate, magagamit nyo yung degree na napag-aralan nyo in Canada. Second, affordability, because compared to others English-speaking countries like Australia and the US, mas affordable in terms of living costs and also the tuition fee yung Canadian schools na mga partner namin. Third is they have diverse culture and society, healthy and safe community, and you'll have exciting campus environment, world-class innovative education, possible migration because after studying in Canada, hindi naman kayo uwi because you will have a permit for you to stay in Canada and pwede kayo mag-work doon full-time. And unlimited opportunities like you can earn money while studying in Canada. I will discuss this later. So let's discuss the benefits of an international students. But before that, let's discuss first yung mga conditions when you get your student permit or student visa. Para mag-continue yung privileges ng pagiging isang international student in Canada, you always need to be enrolled in a DLI or designated learning institution. You also need to make progress towards completing your program. So dapat hindi tayo bumabagsak and make sure na matatapos natin yung program because that's our main purpose ng pagpunta ng Canada, to study and become an international student. Third is you need to respect the conditions of your student permit. Stop studying if you do not meet the requirements, and also leave Canada when your permit expires. So this is one opportunity na makukuha ng isang international student if nag-aral sila in Canada. So you can work while you study. So na-mention ni Divine and also ni Ina a while ago na if you're an international student, you can work on campus. So maximum of 12 hours yung pwede niyong gawin na pag-aaral. Second is off-campus work. So if you have a student permit, syempre nag-aaral ka and at the same time, you can work part-time or 20 hours per week. So syempre, since you are a student, priority nyo pa rin yung pag-aaral. But if you have free time and also energy pa to work, you are allowed to work because meron kayong permit. Also, you can also gain money or earn money of having a co-op. So this one, ito yung na-mention din ni Divine kanina, like yung OJT or on-the-job training. So some programs dun sa mga ino-offer ng mga schools is merong co-op wherein before matapos ang program nila, required nilang tapusin yung co-op. They will have a work experience while finishing their program and also earn money while doing that. So ito yung na-mention ko kanina, during school semester, you can do part-time work or 20 hours per week. And during holiday break naman and semestral breaks, 40 hours or full-time work yung pwede nyong gawin in Canada. So after finishing your program, meron tayong tinatawag na postgraduate work permit or PGWP. This is the permit you will be eligible to apply after finishing your program. So if hindi ka nag-aral in Canada, wala kang postgraduate work permit. But if you study an 8-month program in Canada, that's considered a 1-year program, magkakaroon ka ng 1-year postgraduate work permit. If you study naman a 2-year program, so yung mga college diploma, some postgraduate certificate programs in Fanshawe and in Niagara College, you will be eligible to apply for a 3 years postgraduate work permit. So, hindi kayo uuwi ng Pilipinas after you graduate, pwede pa kayo magstay doon and work full-time. So, one good thing then ng pag-aaral in Canada is you can bring your dependents with you. So if you're an international student, you can bring your spouse or common law partner and they will have an open work permit. So sila habang nag-aaral ka, pwede silang pumunta ng Canada to work full-time, and then ikaw naman as a student, you can work part-time. You can also bring your children with you pag isa kang international student in Canada. So for kids na nasa elementary and high school, pwede sila mag-enroll in Canada sa mga public schools doon and can study for free. So these are the documents you need to apply as an international student. So first, you need a valid passport. Second one is your academic transcript. So depende sa school and the program kung anong document yung kailangan nyo i-provide. So be ready lang for your high school documents and also your college documents. Third is your certificate of employment. Next is IELTS results. So depende kung paano ka mag-a-apply ng visa, you will be needing your IELTS results. But if for the school application for Fanshawe College and Niagara College, you don't need to provide English tests unless you are applying for a pharmacy technician program or physiotherapy in Fanshawe College. So you also needed to provide birth certificate, your diploma, your IDs, and resumes. So this is the process on how you will become an international student in Canada. First is to have a one-on-one consultation with our counselor in Kanata. So in this stage, dito namin tatanungan sa iyo kung ano yung work background mo, your education background, and also your goals, and also yung mga plans mo in the future, for us to recommend right program for you na hindi tayo mahihirapan for the visa application. Second is to gather and submit the required documents. This one is yung stage na natin ng school application. Before tayo mag-apply ng visa, you need to be accepted first sa school and secure your seat. Once you have your LOA, that's the time that we can proceed for the visa application. So after confirming and payment of your tuition fee, you will need to get a medical test. You need to complete all visa requirements and yun na, yung lodging ng visa application. Don't worry, Kanata will assist you all throughout. So there are two types of stream on how to apply for a student permit or student visa. So first is the regular stream, which is the most preferred option of visa application of students. So this one, hindi natin kailangan mag-provide ng IELTS results and we only need to pay the deposit or the first semester tuition in school. Second naman is the study direct stream, wherein you need to provide IELTS and you also need and also required to pay for the 1-year tuition fee. So kanina na-discuss yung mga per year tuition fee in school. So if you're applying for a study direct stream, medyo malaki yung amount talaga na ilalabas natin for our tuition fees. So ito yung comparison ng regular stream and study direct stream. So for regular stream, you only need to pay for the first semester tuition fee. Unlike for the study direct stream, you need to pay for your tuition fee. So for your proof of financial capacity, so if you have sponsor, they need to provide a show money or proof of funds amounting to 1 year tuition fee plus 1 year living cost of 10,000. So if you don't have a sponsor, you just need to provide or purchase a guaranteed investment certificate because you will apply for a study direct stream. So as I mentioned kanina, for regular stream, no IELTS required. But if you're applying for a study direct stream, you need to provide IELTS results of 6.0. So both streams, kailangan nyo ng letter of acceptance sa school, your study plan, and proof of identity or your passport. So again, as I mentioned kanina, Kanata Educational Consultancy Services provide or assist Filipinos who wants to go to Canada as an international student with no extra cost because we don't collect processing fee or any assistance fees. But before lang tayo mag-start ng application, you need to settle 10,500 pesos, hindi naman dollars, na magagamit natin for your visa application and biometrics fees. So again, you need your passport, your resume, academic transcripts, security deposit of 10,500 pesos, and you will get a free assessment, an unlimited consultation, and free assistance from school application all hanggang matapos tayo for the visa application, and also for lodging. And doon sa mga requirements na kailangan, we will provide it for you. We will help you sa pag-create ng study plan or statement of purpose to make sure na ma-minimize natin yung risk ng visa refusal. So again, if hindi pa kayo nakakapag-follow sa social media accounts namin, you can follow us on Facebook and also in Instagram. And if you have inquiries, you can email us at inquiries@kanataedu.com. And if you want to visit our office, we are available Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. sa new office namin in De La Rosa. So makikita nyo naman yan dun sa Facebook page namin, and also yung contact and yung updated contact number ni Kanata, where you can always contact us if you have inquiries or you want to know more about study in Canada. So if you want to watch these videos or yung mga past webinars namin, you can follow Miss Catherine May sa websites. Marami kayong sa YouTube, sorry. And marami kayong matututunan na mga informations about study in Canada. So that's the end of my presentation, and we can now proceed to Q&A.
Thank you so much, Francis. So yeah, we can start out with the question and answer part.
Yes. Okay,
Sige,
may
let's
question
Mhm.
kanina. Does the school has scholarship to international student? Si Divine kanina na mention na may 2,000 Canadian dollars na discount or scholarship for international student. Paano ba nila ma-avail yung discount, Miss Divine?
Yes, ayun. So kapag nag-decide sila, nai-assist ni Kanata, so they could apply for the 2,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. And may pipirmahan lang silang form to be submitted kasi maraming mga iba't ibang scholarships sa Niagara. So this one is entrance scholarship for Filipinos.
Okay, kailan nila i-submit yung application for scholarship, Miss Divine?
As long as nakakuha na sila ng LOA, so yun yung pwede na silang mag-apply for that one. Deadline is before the first day of class. So I suggest kapag nakakuha na ng LOA, mag-apply na agad. Ayan.
Nag-apply na kaagad. Okay. What about in Fanshawe, Miss Ina? Do you offer scholarship or bursaries for international students?
Yes. So for our scholarships, it's usually merit-based. So as long as you were able to finish your first semester, so yung GPA mo, you can apply for scholarship. So you can apply to any scholarship basta na-meet mo yung eligibility requirements. So ranging from 500 to 2,000.
All right. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next question. For applicants who consider studying fall intake, so that's September 2023, when is the deadline for this study permit, student permit application, and what are the requirements for spouse applying for OWP? Sir Francis.
Okay, so as mentioned kanina, walang specific deadline when you apply for fall 2023 intake. It's just that magdedepend talaga yan dun sa seat availability ng mga schools. So for example, Fanshawe, a couple of programs are already closed dun sa September 2023 intake. So talaga ang next application natin is yung winter 2024 intake. If the program is still open, maaga pa naman, we're still in month of March. We can still process school application kung open pa. And then once we receive our LOA, we just need to pay for the tuition fee and proceed sa visa application. So yung open work permit requirements for the application, actually medyo same lang naman sila nung sa student permit applicant. But syempre, you need to create a letter. Ito yung study plan for the student and yung letter of explanation for spouse. So this one madidiscuss talaga to during our one-on-one consultation and assessment. So make sure after this meeting, nandito na sa chat box yung link where you can book a consultation with our counselors. So I suggest dun madidiscuss yung full details about the requirements for school application and also sa visa application.
That's correct. And also, if I may add, no, so for those who are still interested to apply for any program for the fall intake, so correctly sinabi ni Sir Francis kanina na it depends sa availability ng seats. Pero in the event na open pa yung program, so kasi ang daming nagtatanong, no, like, Miss Van, naabot pa ba kami if I want to push through my application for September 2023? The answer is yes. Especially kung meron pa open na programs for Fanshawe and Niagara College kasi sila yung mga schools na mabilis mag-issue ng LOA. So kung ma-issue agad yung LOA mo and then you get to complete all the requirements, so kaya pa i-apply if you really want to pursue yung pag-apply up to September intake.
Yes, and these schools actually, Fanshawe College has more than 200 programs available for international students, and Miss Divine's Niagara College, I think meron silang more than 100. So definitely, when we have our consultation and assessment, we can offer you something for the September 2023 intake. If wala na talaga, kung hindi talaga babagay yung program sa'yo, you can always apply for the next intake na winter 2024. That is also a good thing because kung marami kang time to prepare for the school application and visa application, mas better if you can apply early, mas makakapag-prepare ka after your approval because syempre going to Canada is a big move, so you need preparations talaga when you apply. And also, even after approval, marami pa rin consideration na kailangan ayusin before traveling to Canada, just like your accommodation, your flight. Alam naman natin, if maaga ka magbubook ng flight nyo, it will save you money. And if malapit na yung flight mo, tapos dun ka palang magbubook, definitely mas mahal yung ticket na mabibili mo. So it's better to apply early and have an approval or visa approval early. Yes.
Correct. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Okay.
Eto.
How much is
Yeah,
sige,
go
Van.
ahead. That's okay. Go.
Okay, even me curious dito, Divine and Ina, how much is the average cost of living of an international student in Canada? Based on your experience when you traveled on, Ina and Divine.
Okay, I think I can start. So for Fanshawe College international students, since you are living in London City, so if you're a single student, around 400 CAD per month for your rent. And then transportation is free kasi kasama na yung bus pass sa tuition fee. Yung daily expenses mo, depende kasi yan sa lifestyle. So, usually yung mga students namin na Filipinos, they chip in dun sa groceries. And of course, if you go out a lot, you might need to spend like 100 per week. And then mobile is around 50 CAD per month. So roughly around, I think, 1,000 Canadian dollars per month or less. Yung monthly expense ng single student in London and studying in Canada.
All right. Thanks, Ina. Divine?
Yes, ayun na. So, Niagara region, so, dahil outside Toronto siya, so, yun nga, hindi rin ganun kamahalan. So, affordable din siya. So, for a single person, siguro around 500 to 600 with utilities and Wi-Fi yon. Monthly plan for a cellular, 30 to 50, depende sa, may promo minsan, pero around $30 to 50 is okay na. Food, yun, the food depende kasi sa ano nyo depende sa paano kayo mag-splurge sa food. Monthly bus pass, kung bibili kayo ng monthly pass, it's around 160. So again, mga 1,000 to 1,200. Pero kung yung kukuhanin nila is yung with food, 850 per month with the homestay program ng Niagara College. I think 1,000 is enough kasi kasama na yung food dun sa 850 per month. So makakatipid sila.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you,
Divine.
Divine.
Yes,
Okay,
and
next question.
what's good thing about applying in Fanshawe and Niagara College? So outside Toronto sila, so compare the living costs ng mga tao in Toronto, mas mura talaga sa London and sa Niagara region. So if you're earning, kasi diba, as an international student, you can work up to 20 hours per week. So on average, you can earn 1,000 to 1,200 Canadian dollars, depending din sa per hour na makukuha mo na work. So definitely mako-cover na nung inyong part-time job yung living costs in Canada. So, pero you also need money pa rin for your tuition fee. So, doon medyo mahirap na part because the tuition fee, that's around 16 to 18,000 Canadian dollars, which is medyo mahirap i-cover nung part-time job na kikitain nyo. So, mas maganda talaga na bago kayo pumunta ng Canada, you need to be financially prepared. May mga students kasi nag-a-ask yun nga na yung part-time job ba namin mako-cover na yung tuition fee and living costs. It's not impossible if you're going to find yung matataas na jobs, yung per hour na jobs, pero as an international student, medyo mahirap siya. Because syempre wala namang employer kaagad na mag-hire ng international student and can pay up to $30 per hour. So mas maganda na maging financially prepared before mag-apply as a student in Canada. Ben, any question on your end?
Okay, next question is for Niagara College, for Divine. So if one student asked if enrolled na sa Niagara College for first semester, can I still apply for scholarship? May deadline ba to, yung application for your scholarship?
Yes. So, in my understanding, enrolled na siya. And please correct me if I'm wrong dun sa nagtanong. If you are a current student na nasa first sem mo na, so next year na, sa second year mo, ikaw pwedeng mag-apply ng applicable scholarship. But if you are still here, if you are still outside Canada, you may still apply before the first day of class. So, hindi yata niya sinabi kung anong klaseng student siya. Kung current or outside Canada pa. Ayan.
That's sir, hindi niya nga mention. But definitely, if current student na, like ongoing na yung classes, hindi na pwede to
Hindi
apply.
na. Kasi
So,
before
next.
the first day of class. Pero kung outside Canada pa, pwede pa. Kasi before the first day of class naman ang deadline.
Ang deadline. All right, thank you. Thanks, Divine. Next question. Sir Francis, do you have a question from your end?
Yes, Clary Tagayon asks how long it will take the process to apply for a student visa. So, as per IRCC website, ang average processing time of a student visa is around 10 weeks. So if we're applying for September 2023 intake, we should have a visa ng around August. So balik lang tayo ng 10 weeks. So dapat mga around May or around first week of May, kailangan na-submit na or na-lodge na yung visa application para makaabot tayo for September 2023 intake. And take note, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-apply ng visa if wala pa tayong letter of acceptance sa school. So the first stage talaga when applying for an international student is book a consultation with Kanata, malaman nyo yung options nyo, what programs yung pwede nyo i-apply, and proceed with the school application. So, kung ang target natin is for September, kailangan makapag-apply na tayo kaagad. Makapag-start na tayo ng application ngayon pa lang because may processing time pa rin yung school application, and also for visa application, pwedeng tumagal yan ng as fast as 2 weeks or pwedeng tumagal ng 2 to 3 months.
Thank you. Okay, next question. For public school teachers, what are the programs that you can recommend from Niagara and from Fanshawe? Sige, let's start with Divine lang.
Okay, so for Niagara College, usually kapag mga teachers, Autism and Behavioral Science, that's a postgraduate program, early childhood education, and education assistance and adult support. So yun yung mga possible ninyong kuhanin. But there are also other programs, for example, MAPE teacher kayo, meron tayong related sa fitness.
Thank you. How about in Fanshawe?
Yes, so we have the same programs with Niagara. Meron din kaming TESOL program if you want to study teaching English in Canada. And also for the ECE programs, I think this goes to Niagara College as well. If you finish our ECE program, you are able to take a test, and that test will actually give you your license to practice teaching in Canada. And Ontario is actually one of the highest in terms of license. When even if you move to a different province, hindi mo na kailangan mag-retake ng a few more credits to practice teaching in that province.
Thank you. Next question. Sir Francis, you have any question?
Yes, may question dito about age limit. How old ba yung pwedeng na ma-accept as an international student in Canada?
Should I answer?
Yes.
So actually, wala namang age limit, no? In our case, how old yung last Francis? How old was she? 55? Was she 55 years old? Yeah. So a few weeks ago, may na-approve na visa. So student, 55 years old. So don't be discouraged. Walang age discrimination if you really want to study in Canada. So any age. Pwede. You're
Pero meron
welcome to
minimum
apply.
plan.
But I mean, in school,
Yeah, I think so. I think 18 years old.
I
Tama na.
our like minimum. I see minimum.
Yeah.
Pero well, like your mature students.
Wala. So everybody is welcome to apply.
Correct. Next question.
I guess Van, mostly very specific na yung question for program recommendation na yung mga questions natin.
All right. Yes. So I guess we can end though. Since yun nga, since the questions that we have are very specific, that we suggest that you book a consultation with us po. So we posted the link a while ago. You can post it again, no, para you can book a schedule as to when you're free. Para meron. So you can talk to me, Francis, and we have other counselors as well from Kanata. So yun. So before we end the program, meron bang mga final things to say, a reminder from the schools? Let's start with Ina.
Okay, so again, thank you so much, Kanata team, and also to Divine and Gabby, and also for those of you who are tuning in this Friday night. Thank you so much for spending your night with us. Sabi nga ni Francis, time is of the essence. Kung gusto niyo na talaga ng fall 2023 intake, mag-apply na kayo ngayon. Kung kaya next week, mag-apply na kayo para ma-start na natin yung LOA nyo and yung visa application because you have to be in Canada at least 1 month before the start of it. So, again, thank you so much. And I hope to see you in Canada very soon.
Thank you, Divine. Thanks for attending our webinar. Oh, sorry, Ina. Thanks, Ina. No, Divine, your turn.
Yes, thank you, Pan. And thank you, Ina, as well. And thank you, Kanata. Ayan. So, ayun, this is your chance. Ayan. So, this is the step 1. So, nagre-research na kayo and attending this webinar. So, hopefully, we would see you soon next year or this year sa Canada. And just give it a try. Ayan. So, para hindi niyo naman malalaman kung hindi kayo mag-i-start and mag-a-apply. Thank you so much. Happy weekend.
All right. Thanks, Ina and Divine. So thanks, everyone. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend.
Bye-bye.